Alright, hello fellow gamers, welcome to my Let's Play of Super Monday Night Combat. I'm going to be taking a look at some of the different pros that you can be playing in this game. This is a third-person MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena, or at least that is the closest genre I guess you could really consider it. Very similar gameplay to that of the Dota series and League of Legends. However, it is slightly different in the fact that it is a third-person shooter, and a lot more kind of, I guess, action-y and shooter-based, but the same basic kind of concept. So in this episode, I'm going to be playing as Combat Girl, as you can see. I waited a little bit to kind of see what my teammates were picking. It is a 5 versus 5 setup, as is the Dota series and League of Legends.
Welcome, combat fans. It's Monday night. Our two teams are ready to tear each other apart. I'm Gigi Stack here with my partner in combat, Chip Velvon.
And rest assured, Gigi, as much as I love you, if you and I were to meet on the
as you can hear, it kind of has a
beat the toenails off you and eat your heart.
game show kind of style theme to it. You have announcers that are constantly saying different things throughout the game, and they actually give useful information, so it is important to listen to see what's going on. They let you know when certain things activate and when certain turrets go down and whatnot. So go over the basic gameplay of Combat Girl. So Combat Girl is a support character. She has 3 different abilities, as do all pros in Super Monday Night Combat. So the first ability that you saw were the Combat Kitties, which you can put out. They're basically little turrets that can stick to surfaces. So as you can see, my Combat Kitty is up on the wall right there and shooting people and bots as they're coming through. Pretty useful because you can actually put up to 4 of them out as you level up throughout the game. Right now I have it at the point where I can put 2 of them out, so I've got 1 on either side of this lane right here that are shooting at them. And unlike the other support character that I am actually playing against, you might see him on the other team running around, as well as we have another support on our side as well who has a fire-based turret, a little bit more powerful, but it has to be stationed on the ground. The Combat Kitties can stick to surfaces, you can put them on ceilings, walls, and that sort of thing, so it's really nice to kind of stick them out of the way where it's kind of an annoyance to kind of aim up and take them out and then aim back down at the rest of the things, as opposed to putting a fire base where, you know, bots and other people are going to be running around and you can get them with area of effect damage like grenades and whatnot. You kind of have to aim out of the way when these Combat Kitties are on the walls. So they're pretty fun to throw down, really quick to put down, really slow, fast cooldowns on them, so you can kind of keep tossing them out and kind of really annoy the other team with them. So that second ability that you just saw me use is the Combat Laser. So that is a very strong attack. As you see, I kind of have this short charge up time for it, but it does massive damage if you hit with it. It's very kind of easy to avoid, so you kind of have to time it correctly, because if the other team is looking out for it, they can easily move out of the way before it goes off. So kind of catching them in moments or leading the target is really important when using that, because if you see people retreating, they've got little health left, you know, maybe some of your other teammates did quite a bit of damage to them and they're trying to run to a healing spot, you can kind of aim where they're running away and get that last shot and take them out. That's where you're going to get a lot of your kills as Combat Girl, if you can really use that Combat Laser effectively as people are retreating. So as you can see right here, I am using my my heal gun right here, and you can notice that there are actually multiple beams coming out of that. So Combat Girl, unlike the other support player, has the ability to heal multiple of their allies, or actually drain the life of multiple. So you left click to heal, right click to deal damage, and it'll actually heal you a little bit. So I'm actually kind of retreating right now. I'm a little bit low on health, gonna run back, hit this Regenital right here, a couple of these stations you can spend a bit of cash that you get from bots or killing people. And you can spend them on different items to heal yourself, set off different things in the arena and that sort of thing.
That is an Iceman turret.
The other gun that Combat Girl has is a rail gun. You've seen me using that. I switch back and forth to it. It is kind of the main damage that she has there. It's pretty good at medium range. You can use it at short range as well, but usually you don't want to be that close as Combat Girl. You kind of want to hang back a little bit because it does have pretty good accuracy for being far away and can do quite a bit of damage if you're a pretty good shot with it. So as you can see, that combat laser is effective on the turrets that you need to take out. It does do quite a bit of damage to them, so if you've got some bots out there, it's really easy to hop around the corner, aim at that stationary target, and do a nice big chunk of damage. Alright, so as you can see, my team is up here taking doing some damage to Bullseye, who drops a lot of kind of goodies, kind of buffs and heal drops and that sort of thing. And we are setting up to get the Annihilator, which is the thing that's right next to me. I did quite a bit of damage with that combat laser to that support character, and he kind of had to retreat to heal himself. So right here I'm getting the Annihilator. This Annihilator is very important, activates 5 minutes into the game. And it kills all of the opponent's bots that are on the field, and also does quite a bit of damage to the rest of the teammates, or the opposing teammates. So you can, really important to kind of get that, because it kind of clears the way for your bots to move up and to push and to do quite a bit of damage here. So we're going to try and take out this turret and move on forward.
Oh my gosh, look at that turret, it is gone.
Alright, so my third ability that Combat Girl has is called Fortify. So you may have seen me use it a little bit. It's not as flashy as some of the other ones are. Basically what it does is it increases the range and rate of fire of my combat kitties. So it's pretty useful to use, especially if you have opponents that are, they kind of get the idea of what the range of your combat kitties are, and they kind of hang in the back and are shooting them. You can pop that. You can see I have it activated on the combat kitties. You saw those kind of binary, zeros and ones. That means it is activated. And it's really nice to kind of pop that and then all of a sudden force everyone to kind of back up because they are now going to play our combat cats. So we are doing very well in this game. We are pushing pretty hard.
Icemen lose MBT turret XC987B. Oh, it was
moving
such
forward,
a great
tossing more
season
combat
tonight.
kitties up.
That's hard to watch.
That was a little bit too close to that turret, so unfortunately he went down pretty quickly. See a large group of people over there. My combat laser's up, do a nice big chunk of damage trying to help out my teammate, but looks like he had to retreat because it was kind of 3-on-1 over there. And I didn't want to push past all these bots. Taking a couple headshots, you'll see that that little target kind of pop up. That's from the snipers on the opposing teams. Let you know when you're getting headshot, so you can kind of know you need to start ducking and covering. So right here I activate my juice ability. So as you kind of do damage to kill bots, you'll see little juice boxes that drop down. And that greatly increases the amount of damage that you do. And so I was trying to go off to get a kill. I was getting a little bit greedy, and it kind of ended up costing me there because I was hoping I was going to take him down with my my juice, but he ended up getting away,
Chip,
and
what is up with Monday Night
I
Combat
grappled in the
replay?
wrong spot, took a lot of damage
Relive
from
the
their turret.
glory days with a community replay.
I can't wait to watch.
Alright, so back at home base, I'm upgrading again. So as you can see, you can upgrade those 3 abilities up to level 4, and then you also have offense and defense that you can upgrade as well. So right now I usually, right off the bat, upgrade my combat kitties and my combat laser, and then my defense. I really don't focus too much on my offensive unless we are doing really well and I'm not taking that much damage. Because as a support character, you're relying a lot more on your other teammates to do the damage, and you're really there to support, throw down those turrets, and you know, get some big damage in there with your combat laser when you can.
I carved your name into my thigh.
So over here lining this up, and another big combat laser right down the line, taking out all those bots, letting us push in pretty well. So you may notice me putting my combat kitties kind of around corners and certain areas where they don't seem to be shooting all that much, but it is really important to kind of put them in areas, those turrets, in areas whether you're playing Combat Girl or support that has the fire base, kind of around corners and places where they are going to stay alive a little bit longer, because bots will be constantly coming around that area. They can do damage to them, and it also keeps the other team from pushing too far forward down that lane, and it kind of puts up a roadblock for them, and then you can rely on your bots and the other pros to kind of push forward from there. So fortunately, these bots right here that are kind of putting that red or kind of greenish tether line on me end up deactivating your abilities. They can be kind of annoying for a lot of pros that are very skill heavy, like Combat Girl, because I was not able to get off my combat laser earlier. I was trying to line that up, and then they end up deactivating that ability. Here I am retreating, trying to get a Regenitol. They're kind of chasing me a little bit hard. But the Annihilator's up, and I'm going to come in and get that. They're a little bit too distracted by the rest of my team that's pushing forward. I usually get that
Here
off.
comes the thunder. Hot shots with an Annihilator strike.
Get a chance to upgrade a little bit.
Iceman veteran kill.
Headbutt.
Combat is the crucible wherein true knowledge of self is born.
Alright, so now we are getting towards the end of the game. We're really pushing them towards the end. I'm taking out some of these bots because I don't want them to end up pushing through and just taking out our bots that are over here. At the end of each of the lanes, kind of at the home base for each team, there is a money ball. You can see that to the left of me. And then there are two kind of big rocket turrets that are defending that area. So the money ball is your end objective. You want to take that down, do damage to it, and make it explode into a nice shower of money. And the only way to do that is to get bots to the end of those lanes. Bots are the only thing that can take that money ball down. Once it is dropped down, then you can start doing damage with pros, and the bots will continue to do damage as well. And then you can win the game. So it is really important to kind of help your bots push through the lanes, get them escorted through. You can't just rush to the end and blow up the money ball. So very important to kind of keep an eye on each lanes, making sure that both of them are getting pushed through, picking out all of those turrets, and allowing your bots to make
Extreme kill streak, courtesy of support.
Iceman Cheston gone.
Bananas.
Alright, trying to get this sniper out here that's kind of annoying me, not letting me set up a little base right there. Run over and help this other lane push. Get combat kitties on each side to help protect the bots as they're coming around that corner. That was a bad combat laser. I ended up hitting the wall there, not doing much of anything. Alright, so as you can see, these are grapples. So grapples are abilities that you can do. You can, almost all pros can do that. They're usually their secondary gun, so my rail gun. You right click and then you'll grapple onto a pro and do basically a big melee attack. It has that bit of an animation. You can still take damage from that, both of you can. So sometimes it is detrimental to grapple someone if you're in the wrong spot. And there are also some pros like the veteran that have more than one grapple ability, and they can kind of lock you in a grapple state and do quite a bit of damage to you without letting you fight back.
Are the impressions you make?
Fine, you can have
If I can take him out. a little bit risky with that low health, but he wasn't doing too much. I was able to take him out that the railgun. He was trying to grapple me and ended up not being close enough to me. It's that sniper that I need to worry about. Really good headshots off on me. Alright, so every now and then you see me teleport back like I do. There are 3 equips that you can have on. These are kind of passive abilities that you can have, and you can earn different ones as you play the game. You get little prizes at the end of matches, and so you can equip them. They have different abilities. Some of them have buffs that will activate when you activate your juice. Some of them have certain things that activate when you die. Some of them are like money magnet, so you can basically suck up coins from a little bit further away rather than running over on top of them. I highly recommend getting money magnet. It is, I believe, one of the starter things that you can end up having. But collecting money is really, 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 really important in this game. You need to have money to really be effective. Collecting money gives you a little bit of experience for each coin you collect, and it also allows you to purchase new upgrades and bots, and helps you push overall against the Annihilator. You need money to win, essentially. So having that money magnet is a great help, because especially playing something like Combat Girl where you're not all up in the action, it's really easy to kind of run up just a little bit closer, get some of those coins, and then back off a little bit and do, you know, more damage from afar. And then that other ability where I teleport back, that is an ability that where I get too low health, it teleports me back to the spawn where I can heal up and then get back out. So that's been a lifesaver, because it really helps you if you duck around a corner, teleport back, heal up, as opposed to ducking around a corner and then running all the way back, having a chance of having an assassin, you know, come behind you and end up finishing you off with that little bit of health that you have. So those are kind of the abilities that I like. My third one that I have equipped right now is my armor kind of regeneration. Once you get to, I think, level 10 is when it starts to activate. If you are full health, your armor, which is the yellow bar, will slowly regenerate over time, which is really helpful for those times. Like I was running back, I got half of my armor, a little over half of my armor back. So now we've got their money ball down, so it's pretty much game over for the Icemen here. We pushed them all back. We have a jackbot, which is that large robot that we have over to the side there, over here, and we are just going to finish them off and get that money ball down. So they do have a chance to push us back and have the money ball go back up and try and make a comeback, but it doesn't look like they're going to be doing that in this game. Once we finish that off, I've got all my combat KDs taking it out. Alright, so that's some basic gameplay for Combat Girl. Really easy pro to kind of jump in and get a hang of the game, so I would definitely recommend playing Combat Girl or even support. One of those kind of backup characters where you can really kind of hook onto someone, heal them, follow them around, get a hang of the game, learn how the whole game works, kill some bots, and do a little bit of damage here and there, and really kind of support your team. It's really easy to kind of get that up. Well, thanks for watching all, and we'll catch you on another episode of SuperMNC Combat. All right, see you later.